I'm going to talk to you today about three different strategies, three different reasons that I want you to think about, things you can do to say no without feeling guilty. Okay? So the first one is decide. So if you're like me, you have pain, you have a chronic condition, you have fibroarthritis, whatever the case may be, you have something that is ongoing and chronic. So what you need to decide is you need to decide if pain management is the most important thing or your to-do list is the most important thing, saying yes. And that's the decision you have to make. Is it pain management that you want to focus on, or making sure that things get done or that you do things for other people? So the decision is up to you. So number one, you need to decide pain management or getting stuff done. Okay. Number two is you're going to delegate. You're going to ask somebody else to do whatever that thing is that you absolutely have to have done. Okay. You're going to ask for help. Number one, you're going to feel better because you're not going to be in pain. You're not going to be pushing through, and you'll have less recovery time. Okay. Because you'll be able to rest. Also, you're going to, maybe you're going to empower somebody. Maybe you're going to give somebody some responsibility that they didn't have before. Maybe they're going to learn something by you asking them to do something for you. Okay. And I understand this whole idea of having to control things, because if you are like me and you have fibromyalgia or you have some kind of chronic condition, it's very, very frustrating because you don't have control over it. And some days you literally don't do anything and you have pain, right? So you want to control things. So the idea of control, I can't control what's happening with my body, but I can control all the things that I do and what I produce and all that stuff in my life, because I can't control what's happening with my condition. I get that, but the reality is that need to control things is going to have you pushing too hard, which will then increase your pain, which then increases your recovery time, and basically you just feel crappy and you're grumpy and nobody wants to be around you. Okay? So number one, you're going to decide pain management or doing the things that you think you need to do. Number two, you're going to delegate. So you're going to ask somebody for help. You're going to give the responsibility to somebody else so that you can have that recovery time that you need. Okay. And then the third thing I want you to think about is I want you to think about divide. Okay. You're going to divide up your tasks. So instead of doing everything today, you're going to do half of the things today. And you're going to do the rest of it maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Okay. Because the reality is that I think, okay, and I'm definitely in the recovery phase of this, okay, and trying to change my mindset on this, and some days are better than others, but we believe that we have to do blank. We don't have to do it. You don't have to do the dishes, okay? This is just an example. It would be nice if the dishes were done at the end of the day and you don't have to wake up to that kind of mess first thing in the morning. I totally get that. I get you. I hear you. But you don't have to do it. Okay? You could do part of it. So that's where the divide comes in. Okay? You can do some of it today and some of it tomorrow. Because if you are in pain, if you are struggling, if you are exhausted, just pushing yourself to do it, maybe you're not going to do a good job, whatever the task may be, or you're just going to feel crappier afterwards because you pushed yourself. Okay. So three things that I want you to think about so that you can say no without feeling guilty. So number one, you're going to decide pain management or to-do list. Okay. Number two, you're going to delegate, ask for help. Maybe it's not as good as you would do it. I get that, but it's going to be done. And when you have more energy, you can go back and revisit that thing if you feel the need to do it again. Okay. But delegate. And number three is you're going to divide your tasks up. You don't have to do everything on your list today. You don't have to do everything in one particular task. Divide it up into a couple of pieces, and then that way you'll have some rest in between. So I hope those three tips help you, and that allows you to get things done and not overexert yourself and not spend more time in pain and a longer recovery. If you have any other tips of how to say no without feeling guilty, put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're doing.